reminds me a bit of Michael King, had a similar experience there. The book Moko, where he went and took photos of the kuia within Tainui who still had moko and produced the book. He was criticised again by some of our people. Who was he to take those photos? On whose with whose
under whose mana?
Under whose mana, that's right. Yeah, the interesting thing about that, of course, is that was actually Bob Mahuta who kind of commissioned Michael to take the photos there, but some of that was kind of forgotten, I think, in terms of the criticism there. But coming back to Anne's, she has referred to that as a time where she saw the emergence of Māori intelligentsia at the time. That's a phrase that she used at one time, and the message she got was that, well, you need to be Māori to be able to take photos of Māori. And again, we're returning to one of the issues that have been raised by the Māori Women's Welfare League there about no wai te mana hei whakātu i te āhua, i te tuakiri o te iwi Māori.
Elsden Best and John White and Percy Smith are three of the most famous of the Victorian anthropologists in the colonial period, who had a very sincere wish to record Māori culture, which they saw it around them being quickly overtaken and changed and altered out of shape by the incursions of colonialism. And I think that that's relevant because there's this kind of idea of the anthropological, and I think this is where this particular book was really at a crossroads, because in many ways the big mistake that Anne's made unknowingly was to think that you could present a Māori family as if it was something kind of abnormal, in New Zealand society. Like when I say abnormal, I mean from a certain point of view, that it was photogenic, it was artistic, it was charming, but it othered the family. And then I have to think too about Goldie and Lindauer, and the portraits that they painted of the tupuna, ngā tupuna no te ao kohatu, ngā tupuna mau moko, those who came from a time before colonisation, who were wearing the traditional facial tattoo, and we could have all the same sort of finger pointing and kind of questions raised about mana and whose mana, etc. But at the end of the day, with those written taonga that connect us to te ao tupuna, and also with the pictorial taonga of Goldie and Lindauer, ki te kore mō rātou, e kore he whakaahua, he tuhinga, ko tupu mai kia mātou i tēnei ao. We wouldn't actually have that connection to those writings and those images if those Pākehā people had not done that kind of recording.
Tika tērā, kei te waimaria tātou i a rātou tuhinga i ngā whakaahua, i whakaahuatia e rātou. Kei tika tērā, no, we're fortunate to have those records.
Wash Day at the Pā, what that portrays a picture of a sort of a day in the life of a Māori family, because Wash Day is sort of such a natural, normal part of the household, and then at the Pā, that very little phrase kind of tells you that it's a Māori setting.
Yes, I agree that the title, I was thinking just while you were talking there, the word Wash Day, I mean, we've got a Saturday has become Te Rā Horoi.
Te Rā Horoi.
Literally the day we wash day, or the day we wash our clothes. And the use of the word pā as well is interesting in the sense that the story really only focuses on one house, one household, one house. It doesn't actually look at a pā. Other thing too, of course, is which you've said before, and I kind of agree, this is the risk of having a story that at one level is an authentic, sympathetic portrayal of a family. The unintended outcome sometimes is to produce a critique which says, even if it is an authentic depiction of a Māori family, and although the names of the family are changed, we do know that it was a a real Māori family who were photographed in Ruatoria. The risk is, of course, that what you'll show, and I think it will be a risk of any authentic portrayal of a family, irrespective of who the family were or where they were located, was that you'd actually almost put in the old, what do you call it, museum case, lock them in time to some extent, and open the family up for critique as actually not being representative of Māori families at all, but being quite different, or portraying, reinforcing a stereotype of a Māori family that isn't necessarily true of other Māori families. And so, yeah, I get what you're saying there around that, that is a distinct possibility. And coming back to what we're talking about in terms of indigeneity, of course, other Indigenous peoples have spoken a lot too about that notion of othering